So this might be a game that a lot of you haven't even heard of. I mean, it's kinda niche, it's somewhat of a budget title, coming in at around, I think, £32 to £35, which is about $40 US. But the game I'm describing is Necromunda Hired Gun. It's a first-person shooter with some mechanics similar to things like Titanfall with the wall running and mobility, along with gunplay that looks very similar to the newer Doom games. It's also got some light RPG mechanics with bionic upgrades and loot and some various customizations for your character and your cyberdog companion. It looks really interesting to me, but before I get any further into the video, I just want to quickly thank everybody for their support recently. It's actually been kind of overwhelming a little bit. I mean, my Biomutant review got a lot more views than I ever thought it would get, and so many people posted really kind comments, and rest assured I do read all of them. And you know, I welcome all the criticism, I really don't mind it at all. And I guess a big welcome to the new subscribers is in order as well. I think I gained around 20 of you when that review came out, which is awesome. And we're getting closer and closer to the second channel goal of 100 subs. So if you're watching this right now and you're not subscribed, maybe check out the rest of my content, see if it's something that you like. And if you like what you see, consider clicking that little red subscribe button just below the video. It really helps smaller channels like mine actually get seen by people, and of course I'd really appreciate it. So anyway, the game is set in the world of Necromunda, which is actually a spin-off from Warhammer 40,000. I'm pretty sure that most of you probably know what Warhammer 40k is, even if you're not personally into it, but for those that don't know, it's basically a tabletop miniatures game, you know, where you paint them and you have like strategy battles on a tabletop. And I've personally been into it for many years on and off. I started collecting and playing it as a kid, well, it's got to be like 2 decades ago at this point, and I was trying out all the different games that Games Workshop produced, which included the original Necromunda tabletop game, as well as the Lord of the Rings one, which was pretty cool back in the day because the models were based on the movie characters. So, you know, it was really cool to kind of reenact the films on the tabletop. It was awesome. But, you know, I've dipped in and out over the years, and I'm currently back into it again, painting up some of the newer Age of Sigmar models, which is really cool. And also it's a hobby that I share with my wife, so she does her models, I do mine. It's just a fun thing to sit down and do of an evening. So with all that in mind, I've obviously played quite a few Warhammer video games in my time, and they've always been kinda hit and miss. This particular game, Necromunda Hired Gun, really stood out to me, and I thought that it looked really fun just from the trailers. My first thought when I watched these trailers was, wow, that looks like Doom 2016 or Doom Eternal in the Warhammer 40k universe, and damn, I want to play that, you know? All the way up to launch, I've been really interested in playing it, and I even have the game on pre-order right now, as you're watching this. But wait, you might be thinking, how can I have it on pre-order right now? The game officially released on June 1st, didn't it? Well, yeah, it did, but only on digital download, which first of all is ridiculous. And I don't know why I hadn't noticed this, but for whatever reason, the physical version of that game that I've pre-ordered on Amazon doesn't release until June 30th. Yeah, 30 days later, basically a month, right? Which is just, it's insanity to me. It's just ridiculous to me. And before I honestly get into some sort of rant, I did think to myself, why could this be the case? You know, what was the issue? Was it something to do with getting the discs pressed in time or shipping them on time? I mean, I don't know. I just doubt that would have been the issue, because they probably would have just released the digital and the physical on the 30th then, wouldn't they? You know, that just kind of sounds right to me, but I don't know. Whatever the truth is, I tried to rack my brain for ages to sort of rationalize it, and I think I was just wasting my time, because I now firmly believe that this was literally done just to push people towards digital purchases, and that's pretty disgusting, if I'm honest. Anyone who knows me knows that I do not buy digitally. Unless, I don't know, let's say a game releases at full price for £50 or $60, and then over a Christmas sale, maybe 2 years later down the line after that game's released, it's been knocked down to say 10 or 15 or something like that, then I might consider it. I also sometimes get these sort of visual novel games on the Nintendo Switch that cost less than $5 or £5 in a sale, so, you know, that's the only way I would really consider it. But in general, there's no way I would pay full price for a digital game. It's just not going to happen. And I know this particular game isn't full price, but it's still not going to happen. I don't blame the developers or the game itself. It has no bearing on the actual game, but I guarantee it's the publishers who pushed this. And it's kind of weird to me that no one's really talking about this. No one seems to have noticed it, but again, it's probably just because it's not that much of a well-known franchise, I suppose. This is just one of those, these insidious tactics that slowly pushes people towards the all-digital media future that, some people are just blindly walking into, and I just don't understand it. We're basically being boiled alive very, very slowly here, and by the time we realize it, it's going to be too late to stop it. And yes, I know it sounds melodramatic, but at some point in the future, none of us are going to own any of the media that we consume. It will just be shown to us for as long as they care about it, and then once the views drop off or whatever, they'll probably just axe it and you won't be able to see it again. It's basically already happened, with music. Music is essentially CDs I think you can still get them, but they're basically all but gone. TV shows and movies are almost there. We still have standard TV at the moment, but again, I guarantee it's on the decline. As an example, when I was subscribed to Netflix, I'm not at the moment, but when I watched the Ryan Reynolds movie, what was the name of it? Six Underground, and I saw that film like 10 times, I think. I don't know. I know, it's probably one of those movies that you think is absolute garbage or whatever, but as I've said tons of times already on this channel in the short time that I've been on YouTube, I really love the Michael Bay Transformers movies, and Six Underground has the same director and feels kind of similar to me in tone, so naturally I just love it. I just like seeing things in films that are over the top and stupid. I like all the 80s and 90s action films, even the Jean-Claude Van Damme Street Fighter film, I absolutely love it, and so you get my point. But going back to Six Underground, you cannot buy that movie on Blu-ray, at least in the UK. I don't know if you can in the US. I don't think you can though, but I'm essentially at Netflix's mercy when it comes to this film. If I want to watch it legally, and I don't download illegal movies, I'm just not going to do it. But one day Netflix could just decide to get rid of it. It's probably unlikely as they, financed and made the movie, but I don't like that worry hanging over every piece of media that I enjoy, especially games. So with all that out of the way, I suppose we get to the actual point of this video. Considering I won't get my copy of Necromunda until June 30th, and then obviously I'll need to play it after that for a good 2-3 days at least, it seems kind of pointless to review it on this channel. It will have been out for, over a month, won't it, at that point, and some reviews are already out at the time I'm recording this. So is there really any reason for me to review it? I don't know, I'm sort of struggling with it a bit. Probably not, but maybe I'll just do it anyway if anyone would be interested. Even if it's just a few of you that would be interested, I'd still probably do it. I suppose it's good practice, an experience, I guess. So, it's something I can do, and I'm definitely going to be playing it. So I suppose I may as well just record the footage for it as I'm playing and then put a review together for you, just, as something to watch, and at least then you get to see my experience with it and my opinion and see if it was worth the 30-day wait, I suppose. But what do you guys think about it? Would you like me to review it? Have you bought it? Have you played it yet? Are you going to play it? If you have, what do you think of it? Anything you want to share, let me know down in the comments. Remember to check out Pyro Games if you're looking for retro games. There will be a direct link to the online store in the video description, along with a discount code for 10% off your order. Perhaps you could leave me a thumbs up or a thumbs down depending on how you feel. Subscribe to the channel if you want to, and with all that said, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.